Ah, yeah. Hey, Amaru. Only if you're ready. Let's go. I'm only looking for loyalty. All I need from you. I'm thinking you be the one for me. I can see it on you. Your love that do me every time. With you by my side, we gon' shine. Baby girl, you know you royalty. I've been waiting for you. Me no care about all the noise, but I'm digging your station. See how you got my head spinning with a body rotation. Couple days went by, now I'm losing my patience. Go ahead, drop a pin, girl, wanna know your location. What's your location? Had to pull a plug on your ex, now you coming my way out. I can switch it up for you, girl, I'm no longer a player. See that pretty face on my screen, that'll make my day out. I'm only looking for loyalty. All I need from you. I'm thinking you be the one for me. I can see it on you. Your love they do me every time. With you by my side, we gon' shine. Baby girl, you know you royalty. I've been waiting for you. Do you know she royalty? One that I get heart racing. I didn't feel like with her we can take over nations, yeah. We can take a trip whenever, girl, you need a vacation. Number one bad girl, killing everything like on a mission. Girl on a mission. Had to pull a plug on your ex, now you coming my way out. I can switch it up for you, girl, I'm no longer a player. See that pretty face on my screen, that'll make my day out. I'm only looking for loyalty. All I need from you. I'm thinking you be the one for me. I can see it on you. Your love they do me every time. With you by my side, we gon' shine. Baby girl, you know you royalty. I've been waiting for you. Yeah.
Question. Did you get a chance to meet with the royal family? And if not, how was it like having them there in the building?
Jesus, Mary, and Joseph?
The Prince and Princess of Wales.
Oh, no, I did not. I'm only familiar with one royal family. I don't know too much about that one.
Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. Welcome to the Thursday podcast. Hope you're all doing well. The week feels like it's going really, really quickly, or is it just me? Drop one in the chat if you can hear me, please. Now, peeps, those of you who listened to yesterday's podcast, the second one, did you notice anything about me in the second podcast? So I've been having sleeping issues. And they basically told me to take a sleeping pill to help me like rewire my sleeping patterns, because like I literally sometimes I can't go to bed until like 3 a.m. and then I get up and I'm still really tired. So they were like, take a pill maybe like an hour or so before you go to sleep. So I had taken the pill like about an hour before the podcast because I was going to go straight to sleep, but it had already started to kick in. So I don't know if you could tell if that I was a little bit slurry in the second podcast. Like if anybody noticed, please do let me know, because I was really struggling with the second podcast. But I'm fine now. Like it reset my sleeping pattern and I got up this morning and I felt really, really good. So it worked, but oh my goodness, Second podcast yesterday was a struggle, but I got through it. And thank you for your patience with me. Right, let's see who's here. Kelly, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lauren Brown. Yes, thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, please. Do you have any French squaddies in the chat? Oh, I see. Noreen, are you a French squaddie or can you just speak French? uh, yeah, they've got some interesting things to talk about today. Because I'm telling you, that Nostradamus prophecy is looking more and more likely. Charles, you will not be king. Yes, Black Queen, Jamaica has finally set up a committee to get rid of the British monarch. Hi, Rochelle. Good evening to you. Hi, Linda Lala. Hey, Kickers and Cream. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Wendy, Elaine. Chosen to be his. Hi. Hi, Cynthia. Marina's here. All right, I think most of the usuals are here. Fancy. Reba's here. C-Mac's here. Tamika's here. Hi, Ethan's husband. How are you? What are you cooking up today? Oh, Noreen, you are French. Church Nelly, you weren't sleepy but drunk just like me. Oh, Callie, I hid it well. Couldn't tell that I was drowsy. Okay. Cynthia, you thought maybe I had too much beverage. Ladybird, and should you ever fall asleep while streaming, we will just hang out and talk amongst ourselves. Yeah, for sure. I'll just be snoring in the background. Or like Lightside or Rahini can take over. All right, let's get to it. So first things first, shout out to the squaddie who sent me this. She said that she visited Madame Tussauds Wax Museum in Amsterdam and they had figurines of Harry, Meghan, and Diana. No one else. So irrelevant. Harry and Meghan are, by the way, they look gorgeous. Even just as figures, I had difficulties to walk away. They are actually pretty good quality, I have to say. Not bad, not a bad effort. Definitely better than the other wax museum. I think it was in Poland. Did of William and Kate, although I think that they were just trolling them, to be honest. Those were some pretty awful wax figurines, but these are pretty nice. So thank you to the squaddie who dropped this in my inbox on Instagram. Also, Republic are out and about. They were holding up signs saying, "Would you vote for him?" at Westminster Abbey this morning, where Charles will be crowned in May. Now, Republic are the most prominent group out there right now protesting against the monarchy in the UK, but I haven't seen any other groups. Nonetheless, we need someone to shout and scream and yell, and at least people can see some kind of opposition. And yeah, we'll see as we get closer and closer to the coronation, the crowning, whether or not the protests actually pick up, because still a relatively small group, and we still don't know what type of sanctions they're going to put on the day of the coronation to control protesters. Overall, I don't think that we're going to have a massive Republican movement uprising. I think that the monarchy will just slowly disappear because of people's ambivalence towards it. Like, I just don't care either way. And then I think for some people, it would just be a case of, why should I care if I can't even afford a can of beans? Now, over in France, they are protesting over pension reform. They want to raise the age of retirement, amongst other things. And they've really been going at it the last few weeks. One thing the French are good at is protesting. So good at it, they got rid of their monarchy. And here comes Charles in the middle of an uprising to say and do what? I don't know. It's almost as if they still seem to think that these, political visits mean something to the people. And I say nowadays, if it's not impacting me, directly, positively, if you're not going there to speak about trade or something that's actually useful, don't go at all. Keep your ass at home and don't be spending my taxpayer money to go on a state visit for what? Because a lot of the times they just go on these visits to have backdoor talks about things that they want for their own gain, not for the gain of the people. But it's all covered up in this, statesmanship and PR get-togethers, and everybody looks all nice and sensible, and you don't know what they're talking about behind closed doors. So far, I haven't heard any news that they are cancelling Charles's trip, but I'm sure that it is making the courtiers quite nervous, as they should be. I don't think that Charles should go. I think if he's smart, he won't go. But you know how they're like. Their egos tend to get in the way of sense. So if they do go, it should be entertaining. I mean, to roll up there with protests. I don't know. I dare you, Charles. I dare you. I'll educate you. My granddaughter just delivered a healthy baby boy this afternoon. Mother and baby are doing well. Your 11th grandchild. Wow. Congratulations to you. Congratulations. Round of applause, please. I mean, if Charles shows up there, they'll probably throw cake at him. Right, let's go to your comments before we continue. Yes, the only royals that count, Harry and Meghan. Faith Miller, you said, was not aware of the prophecy, but I have been saying it won't happen. They cannot be rewarded with the crown after all of the damage that they have done. Camilla and Charles are equally culpable. Yes, there is a prophecy by a philosopher called Nostradamus, who said that Charles would not be king and that a man who did not expect to be king would be king. And some people have interpreted that as Harry. Yeah, Teresa, the Poland wax figurines were hilariously sad. I honestly think that they were trolling them. I really do. Right. Let's just go through your comments before we go on to the next thing. Yes, Anne-Marie, their egos are going to be the undoing. Nobody in France is interested in seeing Charles. No one. Catherine, oh, but why? Maybe they should throw tampons at him. That is a waste of tampons. No tampon throwing, please. Right. Let me go back to my slides. So yes, William was in Poland, and we've now got more pictures. I don't have anything nice to say, so I will keep it short with this one. But apparently, we're taking selfies now. Apparently, it's okay to take selfies if you're royal. I remember a time when it was breaking protocol, along with hugging. We're also now hugging. And he sure does look happy. I mean, that is the most genuine smile that I have seen from William in a long time. He's not clenching his jaw or his fist. He genuinely looks very pleased with this lady over here. And here we are taking selfies with the kiddos. He actually looks pretty warm here. Where's this warmth from William? Any other time? Interesting thing about this visit is usually with royal visits, you get maybe 1 or 2 posts, unless it's like a tour on their Instagram. This was taken from their official Instagram account. Now, for William's 2-day trip to Poland, there've been maybe like five, 6 different posts. So, I mean, I know that sounds kind of random, but it's an interesting deviation from what they usually do. And we know how stuffy they are about certain protocols. So I wonder if that means anything, at all. But yes, now William, according to the Sun, is now a freedom fighter. Literally using the term freedom fighter. Well, I mean, what do you think of when you hear the word freedom fighter? Do you think of William? I didn't know this, but apparently at some point, Middle East peace was his life's mission. I thought tackling homelessness was his life's mission, or the environment was his life's mission. Now we're being a freedom fighter. I don't know what's going on with the palace, but they just seem to be very inconsistent with whatever messaging they want to put across and whatever causes William and Kate are meant to be focused on. Because we're going from fighting homelessness to now being a freedom fighter and going on overseas tours. Like what is going on? Where is the direction here? Also, you know that William is the head of BAFTA, right? So the Queen's state funeral is recognized in the BAFTA TV nominations. Yeah, the boy on the screen, that was literally my face. I'm sure it's your faces too. So the BBC has been recognised in the BAFTA television and craft nominations for its coverage of the Queen's funeral and the Platinum Jubilee celebrations. The broadcaster's coverage of the state funeral, including the service from Westminster Abbey and the procession of the coffin through London, featured commentary from presenters including Hugh Edwards, Kirsty Young, and David Dimbley, who came out of retirement for the event. Wow, my man came out of retirement for Lizzie. I don't know if this is worthy of a nomination. Although I have to say, the guy on the BBC who came on in a black suit, knowing at that point that the Queen was dead, only to wait, another 4 or 5 hours before officially announcing it, like he didn't already know, that was an Oscar-worthy performance. I think he should get an award. Not the whole of the BBC, just him. The guy who came on in a black suit, because you knew at that point, that was it. She was gone. BBC presenter in a black suit is part of the London Bridge Protocol. So I think most of us knew at that point, and so did he. But it was just kind of weird to see the whole of the media running around like headless chickens, acting like they didn't know. Right. Before we get on to the last story, I will go to your comments. Gonna keep it nice and short and sweet today. Let's have a look. Sean, I just got in who is the troll. We'll get to that. We have a name and a face, by the way. We have a name and a face for this troll. Teresa, the French don't want Macron at the moment, let alone a thin-skinned English king with a Napoleon complex, indeed. Yeah, it's quite interesting. Macron went from this figure of youth and hopefulness to just being really hated. And also his policies seem to have kind of turned around completely from what I think he was in the beginning. Yeah, Andrew, you're a sick old man. I really want for somebody to shout that out. Hidley, his happy mumbles isn't with him. Well, it's the happiest I've seen him. Black Queen, I heard they are also going to Bordeaux, France, to mingle with the rich and buy up expensive wine on taxpayers' time. Probably. Yeah, they're not following royal protocol. But it's okay when they do it. Faith Miller, what was the actual purpose of the visit? Of William's Poland visit? I have no idea. No idea whatsoever. Rachel's son, why Poland? I don't. I think also he also visited some Ukrainian refugees there as well. It could be. I did read one person suggest that this could be a PR cleanup for the comments that he made about war not being a familiar thing to Europe or something that you usually see in Africa. Do you remember those comments that he made? So someone suggested that maybe this is like a PR cleanup for that. But I mean, that comment was made a long, long time ago. So I don't know. I don't know why he went there. And why would you go there with everything that's going on in the UK? I mean, I think doctors have said that they're going to go on something like a 4-day strike. Anna Marie, I don't think William truly has a mission. No. And I think this is why he's here, there, and everywhere. Just trying to do. I feel like they're trying to make it look like they're doing a lot, but they're doing nothing because there's no impact at all being created from any of this. And they're using taxpayer money to go on all of these trips. Did Rose go with him? No. Not that I know of. Yeah, Jessica, every time you turn around, he has a new mission. Peace in the Middle East, planting trees in the Middle Eastern desert, fixing homelessness. Ruth, Willie's only life mission is indulging Willie. Indeed. Earthflop, now let's try and find a successful project for Failure Wars. I mean, he's spent his whole life preparing to be king, and it's the courtiers that should have been leading this. And it feels like he's only trying to find himself somehow now in his 40s. Yeah, Annie, I'm just glad that Harry and Meghan are on the front page for once. But they may not be on the front page, but they were still talking about them on the morning TV shows. It's so weird how they're trying to frame it in a way that, Harry and Meghan are upset that they're not being put front and center. If Harry and Meghan wanted to be put front and center, you would have heard about it by now. Right now, we don't even know if they're going. There was a guy on, I think it was Talk TV, and he was saying, "Oh, but what's with all the anticipation? Just let us know. Are you coming or are you not coming?" So it's like you all say that they're irrelevant, but here you are begging to see if they come or not. And then you've got headlines like this: Harry and Meghan tip to turn coronation into must-see TV event to boost ratings. Excuse me, whose clowning is this? Is this Harry and Meghan's clowning or Charles's clowning? They do this every single time. They did it with the Jubilee. The Jubilee was the Queen's Jubilee. Somehow it turned into the Harry and Meghan show because of the tabloids. Harry and Meghan didn't do anything but show up, put on a hat, put on a suit, and go home. But they obsessed over them instead of who the event was actually about. And they do this every single time, even with the funeral. And they're doing it again with the coronation. Will they ever learn? Joe Commonwealth, the best funeral of the century award. I mean, it wins for pomp and pageantry for sure. It was the most pompy and pageantrious thing I've ever seen. Truly was. Gold gilded with feather hats and all the trimmings, as you would expect. I mean, it was pretty well organized. They've been planning it pretty much since the time she got crowned. If not, yeah, I'd say from the time she got crowned, because she was never, I was going to say, if not when she was born, but I don't think she was ever expected to be queen. But yeah, they've been planning it for decades, so it was going to go down with military precision. Does it deserve a TV award? No. Right. Let me just get through your comments before we get on to the last thing. Yeah, Annie, you just can't make it up. For real. Sylvia, Duchess, the mouthpiece that Tina always warned us about is on the tour with Will Not, saying he is now on the global stage. Yeah, well, Tina and Michelle were wrong about nothing, right about everything. I mean, how is he gonna come out here and talk about saving the homeless and doing this, that, and the third when he can't even form a healthy relationship with his brother, and he clearly can't even get over his own traumas? I do believe that William is still carrying a lot of anger and his own traumas. Yes, Brenda Lawler, I agree with you. I'm just, I'm just not going to put your comment on the screen because this ain't the platform for that conversation. But I agree with you. All right, you've put quite a lot of comments, so I'm gonna just head on to the last bit of the podcast, and that is the troll. We have a face and a name. So this is Corinne Zarzinger. She, according to Christopher Boozy, is the person behind Meghan's Mole. Now, Meghan's Mole is a very big account. She's over 32,000 followers. I blocked her. I don't know if she's blocked me, but I blocked her quite some time ago because I knew she was trouble and I didn't want her seeing my tweets. Thank you so much, by the way, TCC Sun, for the coffee. Is much appreciated. But Christopher Boozy, somehow, I don't know how, he managed to figure out that this is her, up in a wig with a crown, completely obsessed with our Meghan. So Boozy tweeted this today. The person who operates his vile account is Corinne Zarzinger. She has been targeting Meghan and Harry for over 2 years. In 1997, Corinne filed a lawsuit alleging she didn't know the person she married was a woman, although they dated for 2 years. Okay. And these are the things that she's been posting about Meghan. Meghan Markle has spent her entire life trying to be like other women. She tried to copy everyone from Ivanka Trump, Angelina Jolie, Princess Diana, which leads me to believe that Meghan Markle is such a deplorable human being. Even she doesn't want to be Meghan Markle. I mean, what has to go through the mind of someone like this to be this obsessed? And there seems to be something to all of not just these Meghan trolls, but just the trolls in general. Earlier this week, I did a podcast where we looked at the woman who was trolling the McCanns. A lot of them seem to have a troubled past or something going on with them. There was one Meghan troll that had a history of, I think she was, what was it she got caught doing? Oh, she had a firearm incident. That was it. And then you had another one who was former madam, ran a brothel. Another one who I think had tried to commit fraud. So there's always something about them. And it's like because they're missing something in their lives, or they're jealous, or they've got mental health issues, it's like they find something to latch onto. And Meghan being such a prominent figure and in the middle of this, I guess you could say, culture war, a lot of these trolls have latched onto her. Now, what's interesting is looking at Corinne, she does actually look biracial herself, if not just black and quite light skinned. But this is clearly a woman who has some black in her. And it just shows, or if not black, maybe even Latina, a woman of color, basically. So it just shows that, Meghan trolls do come in all colors. But moving on, here are the court filings. including assault against JJZ by striking, beating, or wounding. So that is her husband, JJZ. He's in the military. So she has charges against her for assault. She also has a bench warrant for failing to appear in court for that particular incident. And these are some of the other tweets that she was putting out. Meghan Markle is a bully who tormented her staff. Archie and Lily don't belong in Succession. She was also obsessed with Meghan's baby and her baby bump. Let us all remember the time when Meghan visited SmartWorks. Someone should have told her prosthetic went from round to torpedo shaped after her deep knee together squat. I mean, who obsesses like this over someone? This is weird. And it's also just dangerous. These are the type of people that really can hurt someone. And it's why the trolling, it's not a joke. It's not just people behind the screen. They are real people who could seriously hurt someone. This is someone who has been charged with assault. She also wrote this to Christopher Boozy. Hey Boozy, thanks for posting my shoes. Nice of you to have blocked me, but are furiously jerking off to my photos and tweets. So she wrote this. Happy New Year, Boozy, from Meghan's Mole. Yes, these are my shoes. Completely weird. She also tweeted him saying, typical bozo the clown, still claiming this person is me when it isn't. Let him keep screaming into the abyss. I thought my name was Esther Williams. Then it was Corrine Williams. Now it's Corrine Zarzinger. Well, you have been caught out. And so Christopher Boozy tweeted back and said, now here goes the gaslighting. Corrine Williams is her maiden name. Corrine Williams and Corrine Zarzinger are the same. Esther is her middle name. And then Christopher posted, it's safe to assume this is why she was at his military base assaulting him. It looks like her man found new love. Maybe she should have spent less time on Twitter harassing people and focused more on her personal life. Ooh. By the way, Meghan Markle still has her man. Yeah, because she, like all the other crazies, were never going to get chosen. She also signed a petition to have Harry and Meghan's titles removed, and she signed it with her real name. And she doesn't even live in Brighton and Hove. She's American. So why would you sign a .gov UK petition that only needs to be signed for people in the UK? She also has a criminal record for fraud and filed for bankruptcy twice. In 2015, when her second bankruptcy was discharged, she was 1 month away from turning 43. So she's actually 50. This is a 50-year-old woman. I mean, she doesn't look 50, I have to say. But sooner or later, that ugliness on the inside, it will definitely start showing on the outside, Corrine. Let it go. Let the trolling go. Right. And with that, I'm going to end with your comments. Thank you so much, everyone, as always, for listening in. You are amazing. And your kindness and generosity is hugely, hugely appreciated. Thank you all so much. And thank you to Maggie Margaret for the 3 coffees. Much appreciated. Thank you. Right, let's get through your comments. Yes, Anna Marie, the taxpayers need to revolt. Because why are we still paying as much as we are in the middle of a cost of living crisis? It's not fair. You know, we really do have poverty in the UK that is akin to some third world countries, because there's so much wealth in this country, but it is incredibly concentrated. Right. Get through your comments. And he's also being called out for his comments about racism in football. You know, your biracial sister has been horrendously abused from the second she started dating your brother, and you have not once said a single thing. I mean, if he feels like he's gonna offend the power clutchers of the UK talking about racism and discrimination, at least frame it around maybe bullying. Can you not bully my sister-in-law? But no, nothing. Complete silence from the whole family. And people are starting to notice. Yes, Ladybird, they need Harry and Meghan for the ratings. Rahini, they are saying the quiet parts out loud. The fact is, no one, and I mean no one, cares until Harry and Meghan comes. That exactly. Including them. Because this might be their last chance to get a major Harry and Meghan payday. This is why they're really freaking out about whether or not Harry and Meghan are coming. But as always, they're always going to try and frame it around, oh, Harry and Meghan aren't saying anything. They're leaving it all up in the wind because they're trying to make it about them. That's how they're framing it, when really it's them who's obsessed. J Matt, you said, I'm happy they will leave the Sussexes alone. Will he need to travel somewhere every day? He needs to press more than our faves. Our faves are laying under the orange tree. Yes, peacefully under that orange tree. You know, if they plant some avocado trees, they'll be fully grown by the time Lily and Archie are grown up. Takes about 25 years to grow an avocado tree. And then Lily and Archie can enjoy fresh avocados in peace without being blamed for fueling the Mexican cartel when they're grown adults. What else are y'all saying? William needs an exorcism. Oof. An exorcism or 3. I mean, in a way, I kind of pity them at this point because they really are trapped. But like I've said before on this podcast, the truth shall set you free. And if they admit their sins, as Harry has done, well, then the press will have nothing over them. Jalen, I need Harry and Meghan to go to the coronation and stand out. Show them who you are. Show them their power. Well, I think if Harry and Meghan did go, they'd want to not stand out. I think they'd want to respectfully just blend in, go, have their pictures taken, and leave. Yes, that is Meghan's model. That is her. Sharon, does she have a YouTube channel? Not that I know of. Yeah, the mole the mole is about to go to jail. Good job, Christopher Boozy. I don't know how he figured out that it was her. I mean, I think the same person with this name has a YouTube page. I don't know because I don't really pay attention to the hater channels. I've never really watched them. C Mac, Moldy sounds like Lady C is her mentor. You didn't know your husband was a woman. Well, quite recently, Lady C's audience have been turning on her because it's like she said something and it's just not true. She just makes stuff up out of thin air. And I don't know why they couldn't see before that she was just a grifter. I don't confirm anything or speak on anything that I don't know is 100% true. And if I'm just speculating, then I'll say that I'm just speculating. Even though there have been a couple of times where I've made predictions and I've been right. But I'll still just say that I'm speculating. Yes, Joan Hickey, she was talking all that smack, but still wearing a crown. Yes, Ruth Lopez, incredibly pretentious. She wishes she was Meghan. S. Why did Voldemort go to Poland? He went to deliver a cease and desist letter to the Polish Wax Museum. Oh, yeah, he saw those wax figures and was like, "Are you trolling me?" Linda, William visited frontline British NATO troops. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Well, it makes sense that if he was there, he would visit them, but why did he go? That's the question. What was the point? Isn't that something that the Prime Minister should be doing? Because isn't that also quite political? Mm. Anne-Marie said, I wish the US retirement age is 64. It was 65, but Reagan put it at 67. Listen, they want you to work until your last breath. You had Jeremy Hunt over in the UK talking about how we're going to reform disability benefits to try and get people who aren't in work to be doing what they could do, even if they're disabled. So maybe you can't walk anymore, but you can use your arms. So let's try and figure out what we can give you where you're using your arms. Like that is late stage capitalism right there. I actually think that the retirement age should be about 50. I think that everybody should be given good financial education so that you have enough away when you're about 50, 50, 55. So you've invested enough, you've got a decent amount of savings, maybe you've got a piece of land. I think we need to just rethink the whole way in which we look at retirement and work. Because once you're 50, life changes. I'm not saying that you can't work, but I feel like you should be slowing down at that point. And instead, it's like you're still having to work really, really hard. And now we're having to work longer because of how the financial and political situation is progressing, or rather regressing. It's getting worse. So when you see them trying to put up the retirement age, what they're saying is that eventually we just want you to work until your last breath. Yeah, the troll is psychotic, indeed. Yeah, Marina. Like, what did that message even mean? What did it even mean? Truly weird. But well done to Christopher Boozy. He's been doing a great job. I haven't joined his new social media. I think it's called Spoutable or something. Twitter is, I think, actually pretty much broken since Elon came along, but I'm getting from it what I need, so I don't really feel the need to go anywhere else at this point. I just go there for the royal updates and then I leave. And yes, the karma for all of these trolls is indeed coming. How are you going to be 50 and trolling? Rahini, did she not see what happened to Tasha K? I feel like Meghan needs to set an example. Yeah, but Tasha K was massive. Like, she had over 1 million followers. So she was basically a news corporation at that point. 1 million followers and hundreds of thousands of views. I mean, she's right up there with some of the biggest news sites, literally, as an independent. So when you are getting that many views and you have that many followers, you are almost just as influential as a Fox or a CNN to your audience. So that is why I think that Cardi B had to sue, because of the influence that Tasha K had, especially the particular audience that she had was very much aligned with celebrities like Cardi B. That space. So I think someone like Meghan's mole, you can maybe go after her for bullying and harassment, but I don't think you could go after her for libel, because libel's a hard one. And even in the Cardi B Tasha K case, as part of her defense, she had to provide personal details about her sexual health. She had to provide negative STD tests because one of the things that Tasha K said was that Cardi had STDs and she was spreading STDs. Ladybird, there is one Meghan troll that actually looks like a Grinch. Don't they all? I mean, this Meghan's mole doesn't actually look too bad. She's just ugly on the inside. But the rest of them straight up look like Grinches. And they really need help. Yeah, she is wearing a hairpiece in that photo. And a crown. Weird. See, Mac, I've already picked out Archie's bouncy castle for his fabulous Montecito party. Honestly, I hope they stay. But whether they stay or go, people are going to talk about them. And you'd honestly think that Harry was getting a crown, not Charles. Thank you so much, Susie Mom. You are also amazing, all of you who come here and spend time with me. By the way, is my mic jumping more than usual? It hasn't been the whole time that I was here, and then yesterday I noticed it was quite glitchy. Has it been glitchy today? Please let me know. Maureen, you said, I do believe Harry and Meghan are going to do what is best for them and their children. What is going on about the coronation is not good for the mental health. No. No, it's not. Amy, you said Lady C grifted the hell out of the derangers. Yeah. I mean, she would literally make things up. Just make things up. Harry and Meghan are going to fail. This is going to happen to Harry and Meghan. And it hasn't been happening. And this is what I think is so irritating for them. They're waiting for Harry and Meghan to fail. And they haven't yet. In fact, they've gone from strength to strength. And it's driving them crazy. Thank you so much, Riverdilly. I do try. SS is so sad that these trolls are never properly punished. If I search Meghan's name on YouTube, there are just countless troll videos. Yeah. That's why it's really important when you come to channels like mine and Baron's and, you know, Facts and 2 Cents, you do hit that thumbs up button. And even commenting actually helps with the algorithm as well. Because we need to drown out the noise. The hater videos, unfortunately, do just make it to the top. And it's not necessarily just the troll channels, it's also like the right-wing news outlets like GB News and Sky and all of the UK morning shows, because they get so many views, it just drowns out channels like mine and Baron's. So please do make sure that you hit that thumbs up button every single time, share the videos around, because it does help. I do think though that all of these trolls, they're all leading to something being done. I think that we're at a stage now where people are demanding more reform and more change, and we're understanding the effects that online trolling and bullying can have. So I don't think it will be too long before something happens that, you know, becomes like the benchmark for how we deal with these online trolls. I think Tasha K and the Cardi B case is maybe one. There've been a couple of cases in the UK. So we're getting to the point where I think that it will be a much easier process in the future to prosecute people. Yeah, trolls have no age limit. 15 to 50. Hi, Benjamin. We're actually just wrapping up. I'm just reading people's comments. Yeah, Joan Hickey, YouTube allows the hate channels to make money. And they make a hell of a lot of money from it as well. Amy, the wig looks crazy. Cuckoo caca, indeed. uh, Thank you so much, MLC, for the coffee. Thank you. Yeah, Ruth Lopez. A lot of people want to retire because they don't like what they do. And it's hard. A lot of people maybe don't find their passion and purpose in life until later on. Oh, Vania, retire at 50? Oh, hell no. I'm 50 and I feel young, energized, and ready for anything. Plus, I enjoy working. Oh, that's good for you. I'm glad you enjoy working and that you actually have something that you enjoy doing. But when I mean retire, though, like, I mean retire from like the grind, not necessarily like stop living life. Like when I get to 50, I'd like to be doing something I really enjoy that just doesn't feel like work. I don't want to be doing a 9 to 5 office grind, but by the time I'm 50. I don't think anybody should be doing that. But I'm glad that you enjoy what you do. Okay, you're saying that my sound is okay. All right, thank you very much. Right, who is going to get the last word of the day? Oh, Rahini, you said, I'm going to go. I might not see you guys for a while. I plan to take a fast from all of this. It is negatively affecting my mental health. I've been getting angry for too long. Yeah, if you need to take a break, everyone, do that. You know, I'll be here. I'm not going anywhere for a while. But also just know that in the middle of all this, our faves will be fine as well. Despite everything, they are getting on and living their lives. And you know, live your life too. Don't be too worried about it. It's annoying. And I like to think that with these podcasts, I'm not really telling anything, you know, you lot who are in the squad, I'm not telling you anything you don't know. I feel at this point it's just as important for me to make these episodes and put this information out there for people who don't know, who are stuck in the tabloid spin. So don't feel like you have to constantly digest all of this because you know all of this. You've been here. You've seen it from the beginning. So take care of your mental health. Take a break. And I'll be here, and so will Baron, so will, you know, Petal, we'll all be here. And like I said, just know that everything will be fine. You know, the reason the squad started was because we were absolutely determined that Diana 2.0 didn't happen. And I am 100% sure that we have had a part to play in it not happening. Because back then, there was nothing like this. You know, there's 1,100 plus of you listening to this live stream right now. There's coming to 15,000 of you subscribed to this channel. And there was nothing like this back in the day. There was no counter voices to the tabloids. And now, if you go on Twitter, for example, and go to a Royal Rotarats account and they tweet something, there'll be like 20 responses with receipts. So I think that we are at a much better place now than we were at the beginning. And the best part is that Harry and Meghan left. They're far away from all of this. And honestly, after the clowning, after the court case, if we get over that, I think it's plain sailing after. So don't worry too much, everyone. Okay? And yes, do take a break, Rahini, if you need to, and anyone else as well. I will not be offended if you go away for a while and just take care of yourself. Right, who's gonna get the last word of the day? Oh, by the way, any French squaddies on the ground, if you'd like to, and Charles does show up, please do go. Take videos, take photos. I would appreciate some on the ground reporting. To be honest, if I had the extra cash, I actually would fly back to London for the clowning. But I just don't have the extra money to do that. But I would have loved to actually been on the ground and doing some roving reporting on the day. Right. Who's gonna get the last word of the day? Thank you everyone for coming and everyone for donating. Oh, Annie, you got a new Invictus shirt. Oh, by the way, I think it's Germany. Where is it now? Was it Germany or I can't remember where it was, but there is a country where they've now got Invictus stickers, like a whole sleeve across the whole train. Invictus is coming. I saw it on Twitter. It looked amazing. Okay, Teresa, I'll give you the last word of the day. Walk safe, everyone. Indeed. And I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. It will all be well, everyone. Ciao. Wait, guys. Guys, did I talked about Jamaica's independence, right? Did I play the video? Oh no, did I forget about that? Guys, because this has been like almost a 1 hour podcast. Did I talk about Jamaican independence? Did I leave that out? Somebody let me know in the comment section. I can't even remember. It's been such a long podcast. No, I didn't. Okay. Oh my god, I'm so okay. Before we go. Yes, I'm gonna play you the video. So sorry, guys and dolls. Do you know what? I think it's because I had it on a slide. Oh. Yeah, I missed the slide. That's why. Okay, quickly, very, very, very quickly before we go. So the PM of Jamaica posted this. The government of Jamaica is embarking on the most comprehensive constitutional reform work to transform Jamaica from a constitutional monarchy to a republic. The goal is to ultimately produce a new constitution of Jamaica, establishing the Republic of Jamaica and affirming our self-determination and cultural heritage. And this is the video that the Jamaican government put out.
The Andrew Holness administration is embarking on the most comprehensive constitutional reform work to be undertaken in the nation of Jamaica, with a view to craft a new modern constitution of Jamaica. The goal is not simply to swap a foreign monarch, the King of England, for a local president. We hope to use the opportunity to facilitate a reset of the nation, moving to a culture of excellence and discipline.
A message from the Ministry of Legal and Constitutional Affairs.
And there you go. Said it loud and clear. Even mentioned the King of England. So Jamaica is done. And great for them. Yes, Benjamin. Huge symbolism for the rest of the Caribbean islands. So clap, clap, clap for Jamaica. And with that, I will now end the podcast. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm so sorry that I almost completely forgot about that. Do you know what? Because a lot of people have actually left the podcast now. I'll just remember to mention that again tomorrow for everybody who missed it. All right? Thank you so much, everyone. See you tomorrow. Ciao.
Ah, yeah. Hey. Amaru. Only if you're ready. Let's go. I'm only looking for loyalty. All I need from you. I'm thinking you be the one for me. I can see it on you. Your love that do me every time. With you by my side, we gon' shine. Baby girl, you know you royalty. I've been waiting for you. Me no care about all the noise, but I'm digging your station. See how you got my head spinning with a body rotation. Couple days went by, now I'm losing my patience. Go ahead, drop a pin, girl, wanna know your location. What's your location? Had to pull a plug on your ex, now you coming my way, I can switch it up for you, girl, I'm no longer a player. See that pretty face on my screen, that'll make my day, I'm only looking for loyalty, all I need from you. I'm thinking you be the one for me, I can see it on you. Your love, they do me every time. With you by my side, we gon' shine. Baby girl, you know you royalty, I've been waiting for you. That'll get her heart racing. I did feel like with her we can take over nations, yeah. We can take a trip whenever, girl, you need a vacation. Number one bad girl, killing everything like on a mission. Girl on a mission. Had to pull a plug on your ex, now you coming my way, I can switch it up for you, girl, I'm no longer a player. See that pretty face on my screen, that'll make my day, I'm only looking for loyalty, all I need from you. I'm thinking you be the one for me, I can see it on you. Your love, they do me every time. With you by my side, we gon' shine. Baby girl, you know you royalty, I've been waiting for you, yeah.